Hate me, they hate me. What should I do? Keep getting money. It's funny, I was just like you. Super Bowl Sunday. With the facts. Security guard told Kevin Hart to relax. Oh! Tell me something I don't know. What? Tell me something I don't know. What? Tell me something I don't know. Like when it drop whole game in the chokehold. Tell me something I don't know. What? Tell me something I don't know. What? Tell me something I don't know. Like when it drop whole game in the chokehold.
The NFL on EA Sports brings us to North Carolina and Bank of America Stadium here in Charlotte. Just a moment ago, the lights, the cameras, the action, all the pyrotechnics, everything was ablaze, everything was allowed here in Bank of America Stadium. From their tunnel, and we are ready to go as the Panthers get set to match up with the Philadelphia Eagles. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now Foles. This complete left side to Aguilar. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Foles. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
A first carry now for Wendell Smallwood. And he goes out right around the 39. Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on third. Defense had a chance to get off the field here on the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important third down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Now it's the all-purpose back. This is Darren Sproles. And he'll be taken down at the 33, a pickup of about 4.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran.
Looking for Tate, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Eric Reed. And the return will stop them well inside their own 20 at the 15-yard line.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
So Newton and the Panthers come up now 1st and 10 at their own 15.
Hey.
Now following the interception, here's Newton. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. Touchdown, Carolina. Devin Funchess, 85 yards. And the Panthers are going to take a first-quarter lead. Extra point up and good by Catanzaro. And it's now a 7-0 game. Catanzaro out now as he'll kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. And the interception last time on the opponent's side of the field, certainly not what they wanted.
Put it mildly, that is so frustrating because that signifies there's a drive going on. You're in a good spot, great place to run some of your best offense. Instead, they turn the ball over.
Yeah, turned the ball over last time. See if they can avoid doing it here. Completes it to Aguilar. And they work this well upfield across the 45. And a nice gain of 21 yards. Here's Foles. Forced out to his left. He finds Aguilar over the middle. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. They got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs. They go play action here on first down. Blitz coming, and down he goes. K1 short. With a great push up front, he picks up the sack and a loss of 8. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was trying to get it to Zach Ertz that time. And that takes us from second to third down.
Let's face it, you can run the route tree as many times as you want, get in sync, practice it, do all those things. But once you get to game speed, it doesn't always time up quite that well. That one goes incomplete.
And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. They wind up getting 16, but even that's not quite enough. It's fourth down. Back to throw here. And my goodness, this is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Panthers will get the football back. So their first drive of the game already trailing, having given up points. But a little surprised that they went for it, right?
Maybe the big guy, the head coach, senses this is going to be a shootout type of a game. That they've got to match them point for point, as opposed to, hey, we'll get them later. Maybe he just has that sense, and that's why he decided to go for it there.
Gun. Do something. Gun.
On first down, Newton. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver, Moore. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. A gain of 32 that time. So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for first and 10.
Get it! Gun.
Newton on first down. This one complete to Curtis Samuel. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. A good pick up there of 20 yards.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? A first red zone opportunity for the Panthers thus far. First and 10 right at the 20. McCaffrey on the counter. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. Defensively, it was Avonte Maddox with a tackle.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or also just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
On second down, here's Newton. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. Cam Newton now with 2 first-quarter touchdown passes. And the Panthers add on to their lead.
How about that touchdown, partner? If you blinked, you probably missed it. I looked away for just a second, and they were in the end zone.
Catanzaro out now as he'll kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles offense now, they head back on the field. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go-around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field. And he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you've got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board. So let's see if it changes a little bit in the same spot again.
Yeah, we'll see what the decision is here if they get to that spot. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. First down, a run with Smallwood. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Tackle made there by Mike Adams, a strong safety.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic.
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. But I believe it was covered by an Eagle. It was. And Philadelphia is going to hold on to the football. So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity miss.
It definitely was, because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit deflating. You're exactly right. A lost opportunity.
They'll run with Smallwood. Only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
Here's 2nd and goal, operating from the 8-yard line. He'll get it up the middle. And they get him down at the 1. He had the broken tackle, but ultimately could not get into the end zone. 7 big yards on the carry there to get him within range of the goal line with 3rd down upcoming. Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. Strong coverage by Carolina. And on we go to 4th down. Now to try the Eagle field goal, Jake Elliott. Less than an extra point attempt here. This is an 18-yarder. And the kick by Elliott is good. And they will indeed get on the board here, but still trailing. It's now 13-3. So they do get 3 points, but that's now 3 drives with only the 3 points, not a ratio that's going to win you many ball games.
Not at all, Brandon. And think about it this way. We all know payoff is the key, right? And wouldn't we love to have the concession on
a big seam, and he might go all the way.
All right, let's give credit where credit is due. How about that return? Great blocking, great vision, all the way down to the 2-yard line. The only person who has to be upset, the guy who didn't get it into the end zone. That far and no reward?
Extra point good by Catanzaro. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Now after the made field goal, Catanzaro to boot this one away on the kickoff. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point
kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him in contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that.
Toe bashed it.
Super toe.
Well, once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Ertz has it left side. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 3rd catch of this first half for him, and this one is a 1st down.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little gain. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a 1st down again. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. A dump off to Smallwood. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it'll make it a second down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. Back with more from Charlotte after this. He'll look to throw. And the hit jarred loose. It's incomplete. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there. In good defensive position, able to affect the play.
The Eagles on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. Now it's the Boise State along. Jay Ajayi. And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
This is Ajayi. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Wentz to throw on 2nd down. Caught right side is Jeffrey. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. A good pickup there at 22. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Jay Ajayi, an 8-yard touchdown run. And the Eagles get a score closer. Whoa! He just yanked that one well to the left, and no good. Elliott now to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And onto the field, here come the Panthers. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead. But a mistake there, that can change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
And now with the time of the play clock almost up, Ron Rivera's going to call a timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Design run for their wideout. He'll be tackled shy of the 35. Shifty footwork gets him a little extra on the play. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And at a 42-yard line here and brought down there. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now a first down throw for Newton. Throw right side is going to be caught by Samuel. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. Now a timeout. 7 seconds left in the first half. Four yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. A shotgun snap for Newton. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes.
Well, that came a little abruptly here. Still working on my apple up in the booth. Hang on here. Let me spit this out. And we can get to the third quarter now.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Out come the Panthers. They'll have it first on offense in the third quarter. So Newton and the Panthers come up now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Out of the gun, Newton. Over the middle, complete to Samuel. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. To throw on 2nd down is Newton. He'll rifle this one deep right. He's got him in. Complete. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. An excellent pickup of 34 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. On first down, it's Newton. Escaping the pressure right. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, we always talk about how you've got to be quick when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield, he was standing in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion.
Gun. Do something.
On 2nd and 10, Newton. And this is caught at the 8. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. A good pickup there, 26 yards. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful you're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Only a yard on the completion. It's 2nd and goal. The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal. Again, Newton. Dancing to his left. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's third down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
It's a 5-receiver set. 3 to the left, 2 to the right. Newton. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
Boy, you will not see a quarterback of his caliber miss on one like that very often. I mean, there it is, wide open, got the shot, and he misfired.
We talk about, boy, he'll want that one back all the time. He definitely wants that one back. So chalk that down as an 8-play drive capped with a field goal.
Yeah, as a friend of mine used to say, they were moving and grooving for a while, but they couldn't keep the momentum going enough to get a touchdown out of it.
Fielded about a yard deep. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. So here are the Eagles now as they get set for their first possession of the second half. Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at the 20. They'll start out on the ground to Sproles. And he will lose yardage on the play, back at his own 19-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Well, if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they got to do a much better job in the run.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. It's the Pro Bowler Luke Kuechly that picks it. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Hey. Do something. 20.
Now Newton on 1st down. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up 2nd down.
On any passes in the middle of the field, anyone who's going after the football is going to be conscious that it's probably going to be contested and often physically. Sometimes that leads to drops.
On 2nd down, McCaffrey. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. Tackle made that time by Brandon Graham. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
This is Newton off the play fake to McCaffrey. Flushed out right. And he finds a man. It's McCaffrey. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
I don't think what we just saw there was any surprise because when Christian McCaffrey came out of Stanford, we knew he was a threat running it and catching it. And any way you can get the ball in his hands, he wanted to do so. Personally, I thought he ran the best routes of anyone coming out of his draft class, and that included the wide receivers.
Last year, 80 receptions, also in the return game. He's a bit of a Swiss Army knife, isn't he?
He certainly is. Every which way you want to go, however you want to package him, I do think his running production will increase in 2018.
A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
So statistically, both of these offenses having a rough time getting a running game going. But, boy, what a nice play there defensively.
Tackling him behind the line, but you're right. You look at the numbers. Neither side looks on. Nothing on 1st down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line. 2nd and goal. They go option right on 2nd and goal. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. It's going to be a gain of 6 on the keeper, but it leads to a 3rd down.
Oh, man, that wasn't far from breaking in a big way into the secondary. Read option, quarterback kept it, and while he didn't get a 1st down, he did get a nice chunk of yardage. Only a nice tackle prevented it from maybe going all the way.
Now Newton on 3rd and goal. This will be caught at about the 6. And this will result in him losing yardage back to the 3. It'll be a loss of 1, and that will bring up an interesting decision here on 4th and goal. And Catanzaro's kick is right through, and that'll push the lead up to 17. So with that, you figure this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down, but don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man.
Aren't I, though?
And out come the Eagles. Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll start out on the ground with a jive. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
An Eagle first down there, Wentz to Ertz, and the names that end in TZ. On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Shaq Thompson coming in hard on the blitz. He gets him down for a loss of 4.
Hey, other side, solid.
Now Wentz throwing on 2nd down. Got him in, complete. This is Richard Rodgers. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Throwing on 1st is Wentz. Caught by the tight end Ertz. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. Wentz now on 1st down. That is caught at the 7. And a loose football. And the offense will hold on to this one right at the 5-yard line. Lucky there. But call it luck or skill, whatever the case is, they're feeling good about just keeping the football there. This is taken in by Jeffrey. He's got it. Touchdown, Eagles. Alshon Jeffrey from 6 yards away. And the Eagles make some inroads here on that deficit. Elliott now to kick this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. And the Panthers coming out now. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points.
He got his man complete. And they do finally get him, but he takes it to the 25. A big play there for Carolina. 49 yards. Time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, Newton letting one go deep for the end. And he's got his man. It's Samuel. Touchdown, Carolina. In for the score. And the Panthers add on to their lead. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
Catanzaro out now as he'll kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles coming out as they get ready. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield.
You and I have been around teams, and they all have goals for games, don't they? And every team we've ever talked to says what?
No turning.
Don't turn the ball over. 0. And they were that close to getting it done. Won't cost them today, but they'll hate that when they're watching the game tape.
Throwing now is Wentz. Looking for Tate, and it's intercepted. Picked up by James Bradbury. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
Newton's going to throw it. He's going to look deep down the field. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. Back to the air, Newton on 2nd down. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Jordan Hicks. Their passing game has been spectacular this afternoon. Finally, a win for the defense.
You think maybe there was an adjustment there. Finally gained a measure of, I don't even know if you call it revenge, but got a play done against him, and that's been difficult for them all game long.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Shaq Thompson in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure.
And the pressure gets to him again. Luke Kuechly in there to drop him, and sacks on 1st and 2nd downs are going to lead to a 3rd and long. On 3rd and long, it's Wentz. Jeffrey with a catch left side. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. A heck of a play there on 3rd down, but amazingly, they're still short for 4th. Now Wentz, gotta have this one. The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. Luke Kuechly in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. Throwing here, Newton. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. It was the veteran safety Malcolm Jenkins who got a hand in there to disrupt it.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
20.
Throwing again. Newton. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. And now before this 1st down play, we're going to get a timeout here. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10.
That's it. That's it, buddy. That's what I do. Great. Gun.
On 1st down, Newton. Down man right side, it's McCaffrey. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. And what are the whistles for? Timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. Now a first down throw for Newton. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. Greg Olsen, 23 yards for the touchdown. And the Panthers are able to grow their lead.
I've got to laugh here, and I really don't want to because the old school in me is not happy about this score this late, not necessary. But this is Madden, isn't it?
Yeah.
This is how it works.
Rub it in. Have a day.
I mean, what does it matter? These guys who are playing in this game, there are no feelings
Exactly.
there.
They don't have to face the guy. Well, they might if they're in the same room going head-to-head. But
that's
the
about
virtual guys on the screen don't have to face each other after this one.
In that case, run it up.
One final try now for Wentz. Eluding the pressure right. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Dante Jackson picks it. And he's going to go down as time has now run out on this game. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can